This is the Pioneer HS6K heat shrink system. This is a 6 kilowatt machine requiring shop air and 220 30 amp single phase power. Controls are coil up and down, timer. This is your actual up down function, and this is power up down. In later models, this will be locked out to full power, but there's 5 dots right there, easy to see in the dark, and you can turn down the power, which was not useful in our market, so we have locked it out, so future machines will be locked out. But make sure all 5 of those are at full power. It provides adjusted times, and it's just simply a timer. In this case, we're going to be demoing a 1/2 inch tool. So hit your timer button, and we're going to go down to 12 seconds. Now hit your up down button. This is the Cat 40 base. This sets in the machine. Tool holder goes in the base. And then what you want to do is make sure your up down is hit. Bring the coil down until it stops. Now there is a locator disc here that will help you get in the right position. Once you're in the right position, you hit start. And it's going to take 12 seconds to heat up. Put on your safety glove. Have your cutter ready. The coil is going to automatically get out of the way. And then you put in your cutting tool. Now you have time to adjust your tool position. You can use a clip to hold it in position if you want it in a specific position. There is a preset screw in Pioneer holders, 1/4 inch and larger, so you can run the preset screw up and drop it down on the preset screw. Once you're in the position, pick up the holder by the knurl, carry it over to the cooling station, pick up your cooling shower cap, put it on, and hit your start button. And this will run for 30 seconds. When it's complete, it will shut down on its own. And just for the video, it's back down to room temperature. At this point, you are ready to dry it off and go to your machine. And total cycle time was 42 seconds. And it's on, this is pretty simple. There is a filter down inside, but you're not gonna have to change that for a very long time. We don't have tramp oil getting into the coolant here. Our biggest issue is evaporation, so adding water is what needs to be done. Drain the tank. There is a drain plug right here. Push this in, pull the green plug out. Some will be black, some now have a red valve, and you can drain the tank out completely. Put the plug back in and refill. The HS shrink machine, the 6K model, you have a shop air connector and then your power connector. Now this fan does need to have room, so you cannot put this machine up against the wall. We do need some airflow back here to help keep the coil cool. The machine utilizes an air coil system, so it's pumping air through the coil to control its temperature from overheating. Now to shrink ER collets in this machine, you use your Cat 40 base. You will require a ER collet base of some sort. It will fit into any straight bore Cat 40 base. Set your collet into the counterbore. Now we cannot put the collet in further because we need the whole collet in the coil when it heats. So when we're dealing with these collets, we have to be extra careful that we don't burn ourselves. So make sure you're wearing your safety gloves when you go to work with these collets. Now the time on these is going to be a couple seconds higher than suggested. So this is a 1/2 inch collet, 1/2 inch is 12 seconds. So we want to run that collet at 14 seconds. So we hit our timer, go up to 14, hit our up down, bring our coil down, and then we hit our start button. Have our cutter ready with our gloves. Sorry, my gloves are a little damaged. And then we put in our cutter Now there is a preset screw in this base, so you can adjust that preset screw up so that the cutter goes into specific depth. Then we pick up the whole assembly. You see it's a little tippy up there, so you gotta be careful. And I suggest wearing both gloves when you do this. And then our 30 seconds to cool it off.